Hello YouTube, and I'm back again with another episode of Medieval 2 Total War Egypt Long Campaign. And previously we had swept over most of the Venetian holdings, like all of them in Europe, and there's one left as per my knowledge, that is in Crimea, and we're going to attack them later on. But before that, we've got this Mongol juggernaut that has been unleashed upon us, and I think it will be some time before we can recoup from the losses, especially the loss of Bucharest they've incurred upon us, and then we can start heading back at the Mongols. Now we've got a very clear idea of where we are supposed to expand. We successfully garrisoned Budapest, although there is much to be desired in the garrison that we have in here. I mean, these are not very high quality troops, but we are sending better infantry and better cavalry to the city. Now as far as this Mongol army is concerned, I think my best bet is to face them in the field.
The infidels' army will not survive.
Even if I lose here, the idea is to weaken the Mongols. I understand that the Mongols are very strong in the field. I know that for a fact. The Mongols are well experienced in the type of warfare that they are executing against us. And okay, this sucks. This terrain is not good for us. I had no idea that we probably. Okay, we'll have to retreat and kind of draw them in to attack us first. So the Mongols, compared to us, are very well disciplined and well trained. I mean, I'm not saying that's not true for our troops. It is. If I go ahead, face the wall. Let me take all my charging cavalry back here, and sending my mounted cavalry. Okay, they are hitting their own troops with these. Okay, that's okay. We can use our greater the Khan's guard. So these are the general's bodyguards, like, or something of that caliber at least. The only thing we have to our advantage here is our superior numbers. This is a siege army, as we can see. They've got siege equipment. Had they attacked one of our settlements, it would have been an immediate attack. They would not have waited for 1, 2, or 3 turns to do so. They would have attacked immediately. I want charging cavalry here. So far we're doing a good job. I mean, they don't have mounted archers in this army, so that works to our advantage. We're going to knock out some of their best troops here. These are mostly lancers and heavy cavalry. That's perfect arrow fodder for mounted light cavalry. In fact, one of the reasons why the Mongols were successful against most of the powers at their time in their time was because of these heavy, these light cavalry, mounted archers and so on. Their feigned retreats, higher mobility and everything. These were their core strengths. But these also became their core weaknesses when it came to siege warfare later on, when the Mongol Empire began to stagnate its expansionism. And this is exactly how it works in the game as well. The same with the Timurids. A highly mobile force, the way that we often employ to take on cities, is not meant to lay siege or to breach through the defenses of a city. It's only meant to cover the distance in a short amount of time and do maximum amount of damage. So we often, even in this game, we often have to hire mercenaries and infantry troops when we're trying to breach a city, the city's defenses, because otherwise that doesn't work. Okay. We have killed the enemy general. That's good. Our Mamluk Lancers are now going to attack the Trebuchet. Now these are all some of their finest troops that we are destroying here. And if I'm not mistaken, and don't take my word for it, but if I'm not mistaken, there is a limited amount of troops of this fine quality that the Mongols can produce. If they produce other troops,
Four fights with horns made of clay.
They have
We are
captured,
winning the
they
battle.
won't be of the same strength and quality as these ones. So if we can find our way to isolate these troops and attack them, we will incur upon the Mongols a devastating loss that they won't be able to threaten us again. And that is my goal right now. The Mongol armies are spread out simply because their empire has reached new heights, and I am going to use that to my advantage. I want to charge at these archers now. Charge at this lancer. Now we take the proactive route. We have dissipated most of
made
their...
of clay. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Take a look at these archers, how well armored, how well padded these archers are. Perfect. Let's go and take out this cavalry even here. I think we've pretty much done our job here. Nothing else remains for this single archer unit that defies us for now. Just send another Mamluk archer, cavalry archers unit here to take this one out. Okay. Yes, we have swept over most of their army. Let's take care of this last unit as well. If you can catch some of these, let's do that.
All praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field.
Let's send some of them after these. Perfect. So, despite the losses that we've sustained, and these are cavalry troops that we've lost, so technically these losses are not as devastating as losing infantry against the Mongols. The thing is that we need infantry troops to be able to man our cities and our forts. So when the Mongols come and attack, we have a surprise ready for them. The cavalry is not very
Great
effective
victories
in
are
siege
like
warfare,
sweet
as I've
nectar.
mentioned multiple
Come,
times during this
let us
conflict.
drink of the
So,
most rare and glorious
Despite
fruit.
this, these losses, we were able to annihilate this Mongol field army. Perfectly done.
Sultan!
If I take out this army and then lay siege to both of these cities, or at least just Budapest, and have a military presence there, block this bridge, let's say, and this route up here, that will put a major stamp on
My
Mongol
master will
advances.
reward me.
This
for your
army
death.
threatens Bran, but Bran, even though it's not perfectly fortified, I feel for the moment Bran is not under any imminent danger.
Sultan!
Simply because we do have a sizable force nearby. We can send a relief force from Sofia to Bran, and most importantly because Bran is a fort with very strong defenses, and now we're going to have cannon towers here. Let me just put in some more troops for the retraining part.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
We are also going to wipe out the Mongol naval presence in the area.
Nuh-uh, there
Let
is
me
something
see
you wish
if
to
we
speak
can
of.
make an alliance with these. Okay, they are allies to the Venetians.
Very well. Ma'azalama.
Let me just take out the Venetians first, and then perhaps we'll be able to communicate our demands with these, a lot of these civilizations much more effectively.
What is the infidel's name?
Orders!
Budapest is here. What else? What else? What else? I think we should keep a reserve cavalry force in here, in Corinth, in case we suffer a setback. Nicaea, we're producing a sizable army to sweep over the Venetian holdings up north. It will be an infantry army with catapults and whatnot, the standard siege type of army we expect.
What is the Sultan
Spain is pretty much next to Jerusalem here, but they're not attacking. This is bothering me because I want to test the effectiveness of the cannon towers that I have put in place in Jerusalem, and of course I also have some of the finest troops that money can buy in this area. Let me just send more of these.
How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. How may I remove, Sultan?
Let me replace
Sultan. Na'am.
some of the inferior
Orders.
cavalry with superior.
How may I
one.
serve, Sultan? Sultan. Orders.
Perfect. And
How may I serve,
yes,
Sultan?
No, let's send an
Sultan.
archer unit here.
We march. How may I serve, Sultan? Forming up together, Na'am, Sultan.
Okay. And the Timurids have also landed to the north of the Caspian. They're probably going to sweep over most of these Mongolian holdings. So the Mongolians are pretty much, the Mongols are pretty much done for. It's just a matter of time. Let's retrain these troops here. Economic situation is returning towards normalcy. Large stone wall upgrade needed here. Irrigation needed here. Let me just focus on the economy. We're needed, and military we're needed. Let's go for the large bazaar. I think that's it. Enter. A clear victory against the Mongolian navy near Greece.
The infidel surrenders the sea.
Separating the men, mighty. Separating the men, mighty Sultan.
The Holy Roman Empire has a sizable force in the region. Vienna, the capital of Austria, the Holy Roman Empire obviously commands it. It would have made more sense for the Hungarians to control it though, the Austro-Hungarian Empire as it was called, but I can understand that the Hungarians were probably pushed out of the game by rival European powers. I mean, we did not do it. Okay, so Spain is now laying siege to Jerusalem, finally. Now, my goal is
The
not
infidels
to
wait at
do
our
anything,
gates,
whatever it
Sultan.
takes to
It is a
hold
siege.
Spain off. I mean, obviously, I will do that, but even if I fail there, I mean, I wouldn't be failing at my goals here, because my actual goal is to see how much can I make these cities, how effective can I make these cities, not forts, but cities, against a siege army like the one I'm facing right now. I understand that the Timurids and the Mongols will be bringing much stronger siege armies, but in principle it's pretty much the same thing. They've got a large condensation of troops trying to breach the city walls. That principle is pretty much the same, and I want to see how best to deal with them. The Papal States are now going to lay siege to Vienna as well. Now, the Papal States have given me a perfect excuse
A
to
terrible sight. The enemy
sweep
surrounds
over their
our walls,
possessions
Sultan.
in Italy, and now that's another front that I'm going to operate on. I just need to be able to hold off the Mongol threat in the north, while I deliver them blows from Crimea and from Bucharest. Budapest is like a defense line. I don't want to open a war with the Mongols on two fronts unless I am absolutely sure that I can win. And of course, victories like the one that we enjoyed just recently would be perfect morale boosters in this regard. Two of my cities are now
great
under
Sultan.
siege. Let's go and blockade their port then.
We must anchor until morning. Orders, mighty Sultan.
And
Attacking the infidel fleet! Victory, Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage!
perfect,
Attacking the infidel! Naam, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
perfect.
Yes,
Merging
combining
these
fleets.
fleets.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! The sea is yours, great... Naam, great Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet! Victory, Sultan! Orders, mighty
Perfectly
Sultan.
done. Let's train more ships here, because I want to complete hegemony over the Black Sea. And turners are good. Now we have a sizable
Orders.
siege army
Sultan. How may I
for
serve,
the
Sultan?
Venetians.
Na'am. As you will. Joining the ranks.
Let me see if I can. Is the, okay, we can
We
station
move,
here at
Sultan.
the docks.
Sultan.
A perfectly fine force here.
Orders.
We are still unable to avoid this devastation from the plague. I mean, it is grinding down upon us. Heavy armor.
Sultan. Na'am. Sultan. Joining the ranks. We move, Sultan. Orders. As you will. How
Let's
may
see
I
if
serve,
can
Sultan?
reorganize some of these troops.
Orders. Orders. Sultan. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. We move, Sultan.
What do we
Na'am.
have here?
Sultan. Orders. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Merging
Let's
on
send
Sultan.
these in the
We
city.
march. Na'am. Separating the men, mighty. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Yalar.
My eyes are yours.
And
The infidel will not
they've got
know.
a sizable force here as well, with some cavalry archers.
Ready, my Sultan. Who or what offends
Captain,
you, mighty
are you-
Sultan? He should not
Our
have
assassin
opposed
is
you.
now dead.
Naam,
Apparently
great
we
Sultan.
should not have done what we just did. Now
I seek an
they
honorable
do
engagement,
have
dear
siege
foe.
equipment. They'll possibly
What is the
try
Sultan's will?
to
Naam, Sultan.
try to breach the city walls the next turn.
Sultan. We move, Sultan. The sun sets on today's journey. Yes, noble
Okay,
master.
I've put an ambush force here, and just to reinforce them as soon as this battle is over, I'm preparing some more troops in Adana.
Na'am.
Can I
Sultan.
bring more troops here?
Na'am. We march. Joining the ranks.
So as soon as
God will see justice
this
served in our battles.
Papal State army moves westwards, eastwards, we'll ambush them here. As for this army,
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
they have siege equipment, a lot of crossbowmen, Italian spear militia, whereas our army is primarily composed of a couple of spearmen, mostly cavalry. It serves us best to face them in the field. That's
We
the
shall
only
end
chance
this
that
day
we
in
stand
triumph.
against.
Show no
Papal
fear
State's
to the
army.
infidel.
Let's see if we can win this one. I mean, that's the only way we can defeat them. The only chance that we have.
Mighty Sultan, the winds of fate have turned against us. The foe seems to be winning the battle.
Okay. We've got a couple of cavalry archers. The rest of them are for charging. I think we can break past the enemy lines. I mean, yes, they've got a lot of spear militia, but if we can distract the spear militia somehow, break their lines, and then charge with what we have, because these are mostly archers, right? As soon as these archers are gone, they're pretty much defenseless, I guess. We will have to face them out in the field. We cannot face them inside the city. Bring up my infantry. Sending my Mamluk archers and my desert cavalry forward. I will use my cannons to deter the enemy from attacking. Let's head on, and we can obviously maintain command of these there's an exchange of arrow fire here. Let that be for some time. I guess we ought to speed it up a bit. Infantry, move forward quickly. Sending bolts and bolts of arrows at the enemy. The first cannon is going to attack now. The rest of the two cannons are also coming in position quick enough. Oh, the ballista just suck. I mean, they don't. They're perfect. They suck when you're trying to just improve the evasiveness. Wow, perfect. Direct hit. Direct hit. You're not the only ones with the siege equipment here. The artillery barrages do bother us, but we have to face them. There is no other way. Let me draw one flank here. This. Let me draw the second flank here. Okay, so all three cannons are firing. Artillery barrages are not very accurate, but when they do hit, they cause immense damage, just like this. And I will keep on bombarding them with my cannon fire. Is this going to affect their morale? I mean, eventually, I guess it will. Okay. I want both of my desert cavalry units to retreat. What the hell? I think that was a misfire. Yes, cannon can do that sometimes. In fact, all artillery pieces can do that. They have brought their archers forward. It's time we charge them. Archers are easy picking. Charge and retreat. Another direct hit. Barrages of arrow fire. I know charging at the enemy like this costs me troops because these archers are also firing at me, but I've also got 2 archer units out of the way now.
Unit!
I want this cavalry to be positioned here. We want to threaten the enemy on multiple fronts. Once you wipe down this unit, we want you to be present again behind the enemy's main lines, and this unit can be present here. Just in case they decide to charge directly at us. We're showering them with arrows, we're showering them with artillery fire. Perfect. Bringing my missile cavalry forward to charge at the Pavise crossbowmen, all the while showering them with arrows while charging. Oh, that was a misfire. That was a misfire from my artillery pieces. Perfect. The devastation, the utter devastation. I mean, it just astonishes me. How can an army stand in front of this sort of cannon fire and everything? And yet they did, because there was no other choice back in medieval times. What were you going to do? Charge at the enemy recklessly and die for sure? At least maintaining your ground and taking a couple of hits gave you some chance of survival. I think most of my cavalry troops are out of arrows, so I will retreat them immediately. Let's see. Yeah, retreat. Retreat. Now let's speed it up for some time. I've surrounded them. Send a unit, an attachment to take out these Pavise crossbowmen. Let's route another unit here. Perfectly done. I mean, they can attack us, they can charge at us. That would be their best bet. But of course, if they do that, we can always retreat inside the city walls, and then they'll be facing ballista fire and whatnot. Are these ballista towers? I'm not sure if these are ballista towers, but whatever. I mean, it kind of hurts them. Instead, they just stand there, which is kind of stupid, waiting for me to make a move. I want you to concentrate arrow fire at the center. Look at the siege equipment are firing at us. Let's move a bit backward. To empty all my cannon reserves before I decide to attack. to see what are the losses on their side. I would not say that they've suffered a lot of losses, but I mean, still considerable. Okay. I can say with absolute certainty that they are not better off than what they started with. They are much worse. Much worse. We've got 2 cannons firing now instead of 1. One cannon firing instead of 3. I want these troops up here. I want these troops up here. I want these troops up here. Okay, so man the walls. Now we're going to face the enemy head on. A small contingent is going to attack them forward, whereas we are going to then rush from the side, close the gap, and crush them. Spearmen, fresh and eager, but we send them running straight at the enemy. In case we have to retreat, we can inside these walls, and we have already sent troops up there to deter the enemy from ever using the walls, ever trying to, pass through these. They do have rams there, but it will take them some time to get past the gates. We can reorganize our assault. In the meantime, take the first line here. The odds are even right now. The odds are in the enemy's favor, and now we charge. The odds are stacked against us. Italian spear militia racing for forward impact. I think I caught them off guard here. They could just wheel around it. Breakaway. Breakaway, cavalry breakaway. Cavalry breakaway. Attack the third line now. Okay. On the left flank, the cavalry has been routed. Sending my forces behind the enemy lines. I'm going to send the general back. I don't want to lose my general right now. Are they routing? Anyone routing here? Except my troops, of course. Retreat. We need another serious blow before we can.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace! We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes
I can
instead
see
of victory.
The problem are the spearmen. I don't have anything against them. I don't have enough. Missile cavalry troops to do them enough damage before I can reorganize. Okay, we've routed this unit here. Retreat. Attack again.
The cowardly enemy general has been captured while running away. Guard him. For the present, let us show him we are civilized men.
I think we can bring about our troops from in there. I don't need to be there. It's just one or two cavalry troops. What are they going to do? Let's begin butchering these. I don't know why they are not breaking formation, and I guess that's because they can hurt us more this way. They are doing that. The longer they maintain this formation, the harder it is for me to break through.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace! We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
I think we should retreat inside the city walls now. I want an all-out retreat inside the city walls now. Stay put. Withdraw inside the city walls now. Inside the city walls now.
Allah. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
I can see that, and I want you to retreat, all of you. Behind the city walls, now. I guess we can call it quits now. By the way, I'm not sure how I end the battle now. I think I wait for the clock to end, perhaps? Let me see if there's anything I can do to end the battle here and now. I can't. This is what remains of the enemy army. If we can land one final sortie, perhaps, with whatever we have got left. Yes, I think it's worth it. It's desperate, but I want this. What if we lose everything that we have fought so badly for? The spearmen are coming, probing their left flank. Retreat! Immediately. I mean, this is very desperate, but I need to do something here. Taking another flank. Now I'm starting to get a bit annoyed. They should attack us.
The fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Our enemy flees before us
Oh,
like
perfect.
a herd of goats.
They've been routed. I was not expecting this. Oh my god, this battle, it turns everything. I was about to surrender. I mean, not surrender, technically abandon the campaign inside the city walls so that I wouldn't lose my troops. I'm assuming that that's what happens when you abandon a battle when you're inside the
Enemy
city
must
wall.
curse the day they were born.
This
Let all the poets
victory
write of this
is
most wondrous triumph.
beyond amazing. I mean, they did not attack. They should have attacked us. I don't know why they did not attack. The Papal States lost
Long live the warriors of
their garrison in the area.
Orders. We move,
Bring
Sultan.
these troops back here. What can we recruit here? We can recruit troops, but not a lot of them.
Sultan. Na'am.
I think I ought to send some
How may I
troops
serve, Sultan? As you will.
to Venice.
We rest here until dawn.
We would see you dead, heathen.
Na'am.
And now that
What
we
is the infidel's name?
have some
Give me a target, and I shall give it death. Na'am, it will soon be but a
sabotage
memory.
mission successful. Now I will continue to sabotage
Ready,
them.
my Sultan. Who or what offends you, mighty Sultan?
Assassin.
Nothing will remain of this place, I promise.
My
Spy
ears
at Milan.
Yes.
Merchant. Do your trade business here. Let me reorganize
How may
my
I serve,
troops.
Sultan? Na'am. Sultan. Orders. Na'am.
Perfect.
Orders. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
And spy, assassin, constructing. We don't have blister towers yet. Catapult, I guess city watch. I guess yes, we need a city watch here. Where is our
Sultan.
infantry right now?
Continuing
Let's board the
tomorrow,
ship.
mighty Sultan. Na'am. Boarding
We
the
don't need
transport.
cavalry in Budapest.
The sunset orders. Yala. Na'am. How may I serve,
Perfect.
Sultan? Sultan. Na'am.
Best and the brightest.
Orders. Na'am. As you will. How may I serve, Sultan?
Sending more
We move,
troops
Sultan.
to Venice now.
Sultan. We march. We rest here until dawn.
Durazzo and Ragusa, we need troops. And we kind of need them now. Spearmen, infantry. Because we need to be able to hold Venice. We are not going to expand through Venice just yet. Bran is infected. I guess Bran is the only city right now that has the plague. And will pass in some
Orders.
time.
Na'am. How may
Our
I
siege
serve,
army
Sultan?
is ready to depart the next turn, I guess.
Orders. Sultan.
We have room for 4 more units.
Na'am.
Sending 4 more units. then.
Orders. Alarm. Forming up together, Sultan.
What about the accounts running fairly well? I want the Spanish to
I
attack.
seek an honorable engagement.
Limited and turn. Spain, please attack Jerusalem. Try to take Jerusalem now. The Holy Roman Empire is only going to move a couple of troops here and there. Our victory against the Papal States was very impressive. But if they attack right now, they may be able to take the city, which I would hate to happen. So let's just hope that they don't attack. At least for 1 to 2 turns. Then we'll garrison the city strong enough, and it wouldn't really matter what they have for us. Denmark and Portugal is also crusading against us. So is the Papal States. Okay, we did not ambush them there. For some reason we couldn't. Papal States is trying to sabotage Venice. We have to sabotage the saboteur then. The Mongols. I can't really figure out the Mongols. I guess they're facing Timurid expansionism from the east. But it favors us, gives us the opportunity to strike fast and claim some of their territories. Especially the ones that go to the north. Bronze still under siege.
I will defeat you
I think
honorably,
they
my
will attack
worthy
now
foe.
this turn.
Orders? We march. God will see justice served in our battles. Noble
Okay, we
one.
have infantry troops.
Sultan. Na'am. As
San
you will.
Andreas.
Yes, noble master. Yes, Sultan.
Let's
We
raid the
close
Papal
for
States
battle.
army with our
Not
missile
one of us shall
cavalry
fail
force.
to give all
Mostly cavalry. Some missile cavalry troops as well.
Mighty Sultan, the winds of fate have turned against
I
us.
don't really care.
The foe seems to be winning the battle.
Get in there, shower arrows at them. They've got a lot of crossbowmen, and these are apparently handgunners. This is just a raiding party that I am leading. I'm going to concentrate my forces here. This founding member can retreat. I mean, this is just a raiding force, right? This is not an actual battle. We're not battling them. We just want to weaken them enough to be able to face them outside the walls of Jerusalem when I have. Caught the handgunners off guard. Moving out of the way. I need to move behind the enemy lines now and take out their catapults. This is precisely how a raiding force operates. Except that we wouldn't meet in battle formation, we'd raid them, we'd ambush them. But it's okay, it's fine, perfectly fine. General's bodyguard in the way. Not a problem.
Rejoice! The infidel general lies dead.
Perfect.
Now his
Retreat.
men fear us.
We have achieved most of our objectives here. Attack them here. Attack them here. We have surrounded them. Wheel around. Charge. These are religious fanatics that we are now taking. Perfect. Now I'm going to take out these police crossbowmen. Okay, that's enough. Withdraw. Everyone withdraw. No more
Curse
fighting.
the sun that shines on our disgrace.
You've done what
Must
we
turn
were
the
here
wind of
for.
battle, or we will taste
We have
ashes
made
instead of
sure
victory.
that the enemy's forces are weakened, their general is dead, so probably a lot of them will desert now. They will abandon the Crusades.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace! We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes and gain only blood and shame from this battle.
So they
Our
did
accursed
suffer more
enemy
losses than
rejoices
us,
amongst-
even though it was a military defeat for us, because this was a raiding force. This was not.
Yes.
I have failed you, man. We are beaten. Retreat!
Now,
Name
Papal
the field of
States
battle.
has
will
a
meet you
crusader
there.
army without a general to lead them. This is completely disastrous.
I will see you brought
Denmark.
to justice in an honest battle.
So, construct here. No, I don't think we. I think we need to construct in Zagreb. Infantry troops, catapult, gunsmith. No. I guess we. Okay, steady watch is okay. We need quality infantry troops
Sultan.
after all.
On to the ship. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. Get Sultan.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Moving the men
I think the
ashore.
rebel force is no longer here.
Na'am. Remove, Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. As you will. Splitting the army.
Okay, we
Sultan.
have some of these troops that have seen better days.
How may I serve, Sultan?
I'm taking out the ones. Wait a minute.
Na'am.
Taking out the ones that I think need either to be retrained.
How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. Orders. Sultan. Na'am. As you will.
All of them need to be retrained. This one needs
Orders.
retraining. This one needs retraining.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Retraining.
Sultan.
Sending them all
Kalar.
the way back to Ragusa.
Sultan.
Garrison
We
in
march.
here.
Orders. The sun sets on today's journey. Sultan. We move, Sultan. Na'am.
Perfect.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Let me just. I guess this is a perfect combination.
Orders. How may I serve,
Sending up
Sultan?
north to Budapest.
As you will.
I think Budapest
We rest here until dawn.
Budapest is fairly well defended, I guess. Can we recruit here? Recruitment side is not. Okay, let's work on the economy then. Retraining troops. Garrisoned inside Bran.
How may I serve, Sultan?
We have a
Sultan.
navy in the area now. Let me just first of all
Orders,
take out
mighty
this
Sultan.
Mongol navy.
Until death! The infidel surrenders the sea! Horse set. Na'am, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet! The sea... Na'am, great Sultan.
Let's send
Orders, mighty
these.
Sultan. Like the weary camel, now we must rest.
Sending our fleets
Na'am.
to meet the Mongol
Boarding the
army
transport.
Yes, Sultan.
in Mongol navy
We
in
must
the
anchor until
waters
morning.
here. Let me just recruit a couple of troops here in Nicaea. Let's see what the Spanish can do in Jerusalem. We're bearing the brunt of the Spanish aggression here. Let's see what they're capable of. Should I send a lot of Saracen militia down south? I don't think I need to. Let me train some troops here though. In Gaza and in Acre. Archers are good. And
How may I serve, Sultan? Splitting our forces, merging our armies.
France is at war with us, right? Pretty much all of Europe is at war with us. They're all in this crusading fervor. I think I should have let them take Jerusalem. That way the Crusades would be called off, and then I could arrange for a ceasefire. But let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot to sabotage their cities. I will do that. Perfect. Now let's face the Spanish army as it tries to breach the walls of Jerusalem. And let's see the effectiveness of our cannon towers and the troop composition that we think that for the moment is optimal for facing an army like this. Wait for these lectures. Okay, they're coming in 3 columns. Very straightforward, very simple. And these are spearmen mostly, religious fanatics. We won't be facing a lot of arrow fire. That means we have 4 of these rams behind us. A lot of religious fanatics. This is not a standard army by any means. Where do we have all of our archers? I want my archers here because they're coming from this one side only. Okay, I think having 2 Sipahi units up there is excessive. I need 1 Sipahi unit here. And I guess the same would also apply to this unit here. More than enough to be here. Okay. I want all my cavalry troops, including this general, in the city center. In case if things get to this point, I should be able to mount some form of a counter-offensive. Let me just position them like this. I don't know why. Okay, for some reason he's not getting in that position. It's okay. Block the gates. And well, I guess we position 1 more of these Sipahi lancers here. Epic! Just look at the destruction these cannon towers are capable of. Light. The Nafatoons are going to fire naphtha rounds at the enemy. This is pretty much the first time we're going to see them in action now. These are the Nafatoons. Let's fire at these towers. I want to take out the towers. I think the Nafatoons can also... Perfect. I don't know why the gates are still wood. These are strong towers, I presume. No retreat here.
Great
No
one!
retreat from the walls.
Those cursed vipers are at our gates with their That thrice cursed siege tower has reached our walls! Hold back
We
the
need
invaders!
to hold these walls because we're firing with cannons at the enemy. They are.
We're under attack!
That thrice cursed siege tower has reached our walls.
Okay,
Hold
all
back
of
the
them.
invaders.
Attack! Archers! Attack!
These towers.
The enemy's ram is through our gates.
Not a problem. Let them come. We have the perfect troop composition to face the enemy's forces head on. In fact, choke them here. Fight them as soon as they come through. Okay, the cavalry is trying to push through. We need to I can see that I need to bring my cavalry forces here immediately. It's not working. You can't hold walls like this. Enough atoms. Find after Alchem immediately. I need my cavalry here right now. Okay, it's easy to
Curse the sun
be
that shines
thrown
on our
out of balance
disgrace.
this way.
We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
Fill them with arrows as much as we can. I think we can ride it back. See, it's after these after rounds have to play. I want all of my
Ill news comes unlooked for. The enemy have taken our walls.
It's not a problem. These walls weren't serving us any good anyway, in a sense.
Only
Not
half the
for
enemy
brute
force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
And they are losing. They're losing their morale.
The battle appears to be running in our favor. From good tidings such as these, does victory spring forth.
Along this unit down here immediately. Perfect. Whenever forces remain, let's look at the card. Whenever forces remain, I want them to attack, and I want them to decimate the French forces.
Allah have mercy. We have lost half of our men.
Bringing in my general cavalry as well. Secondly, light mounted archers. Retreat from here. We're under fire from our own troops. Now we can fire at them.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
So we did have to use our cavalry to push back at the enemy. So it wouldn't be actually a bad idea to have reserve cavalry troops in such situations.
The enemy king is dead!
Perfect.
Crush his men while they gnash their teeth and weep!
Now let me just. This is a major rout. They're routed.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
Wipe them from the field of battle.
Our enemy flees before us like a herd of goats. Drive them from the battle.
The Spaniards are defeated. And now I get to kill every last one of them. So I have learned a couple of very valuable lessons from this siege attack now. Firstly, we need to do something about the breaches. I mean, defending the walls is only a good strategy if you can ensure that there are no breaches. If the enemy can breach easily, you will suffer unnecessary losses. And secondly, prepare a contingency plan just in case that they do breach, because most likely they will. And you need to be. I mean, look at
Victory
the
is ours.
losses that we have
Victory both righteous and
suffered.
well deserved.
Almost
It
half of
cannot
our
be said
garrison
otherwise.
lost their lives, while the enemy were utterly devastated.
All praise is due to Allah for granting this victory.
I just wish that Denmark doesn't attack us right now. If they do, we'll have to face them in the field. See the Turks, the Danes. Of course, they are going to attack. Let's crush the Danes in the field with the combined force of Gaza and
Sultan,
Acre.
the infidels dare to lay siege to our walls.
Portugal is coming up next, and we have the Papal States as well. The Mongols and the Papal States, both of them are serious nuisances for me. I just hope they're here for the message of peace. If they are, then we can do something about it. Very bad decision. A strong Mongol army is on the way. We are facing a sizable Mongol army in front of us. It's time to put our men forward, our best men forward.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Yala.
Let me see.
Na'am. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Na'am.
The Mongols
How may I serve,
appear
Sultan?
to be
Sultan.
almost everywhere.
Sultan. Na'am.
From my perspective.
How may I serve, Sultan? Joining the ranks.
I'm also sending a contingent
Orders.
of cavalry troops,
Na'am. Na'am.
mercenary archers.
Sultan. Orders.
These men forward.
Yala.
moving this
As
garrison.
you will. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. Na'am. Sultan.
Cannon power
Na'am.
is much appreciated.
Separating the men, mighty. Separating the men, mighty Sultan. How may I serve,
Thessalonica.
Sultan?
Okay.
Na'am, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Course set. Na'am, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
Go and
Closing to
clear out
engage.
these naval
The infidel surrenders the sea.
presence here.
Attacking the infidel. Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Closing. Orders, mighty Sultan. We must. Na'am, great Sultan.
Turkish docks. Turkish docks.
We have blockaded the port as
Mongolian
ordered,
dogs.
Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet. Victory, Sultan. Until death. The sea orders, mighty Sultan.
We
Attacking the
have
infidel
utterly
fleet.
devastated the
Victory,
Mongolian
Sultan.
force in the region. And
Na'am,
now
great
we are
Sultan.
going to attack
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Kafar soon enough. Bucharest. And yes, as I predicted, you see, these Mongol horse archers are not as experienced and qualitatively they are much inferior to what the Mongols field already. Let me just retrain as many troops as I can.
Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am.
Okay.
Na'am. Orders.
Training units, recruitment, Nafatoons. Yeah, I guess 3 Nafatoons should be our main priority. In one turn, we are going to.
Sultan. Na'am.
Okay, so no, sorry, this is not a Mongol army. I thought because the banner, it looks very similar in color when it's empty. So no, this is not a Mongolian
Sultan.
army.
We march.
But this
You
is.
will have no rights. Once you are my prisoner.
If I am.
How
your
may I
prisoner,
serve, Sultan?
your liege?
Orders.
Okay, let's just reinforce Bucharest as Budapest as much as we can.
Na'am. As you will, Sultan. We move, Sultan. Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
Do we have anything
Orders.
we wish to send
Yalla.
up north?
My
Spy.
eyes are
Let's
yours.
spy on Genoa.
What is the
Assassin.
infidel's name?
Let's assassinate. In fact, let's sabotage
There
Milan.
is a target you had in mind? Yes? I live to obey, Sultan. Give me a target, and I shall give it death. Na'am. Ready, my Sultan. There is a target you had in mind, yes?
Sabotaging
Infidels will not see
these
this coming.
areas as much as we can.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
And recruiting more troops. Ballista towers should be next. We also need to connect Venice with the rest of our settlements via ports. Okay, so the Mongolian presence in the region is serious, but it's not
Struggle if you
as
like.
serious as I had imagined.
I will
earlier on.
take your land. All that is left for us is to fight. That is cowardly. Fight me.
Now, I can only realistically face
Sultan.
this Khan here, Subutai,
The
and do that.
infidels' army will not survive. Show no
with
fear
everything
to
that
the
I have. I want to weaken the Mongol garrison in the area so that when I later on decide to lay waste to their lands like they've done to mine in Bucharest, I can do so. Most of these are cavalry archers. These are all cavalry archers. What a mighty cavalry force that I have brought to battle here. And I have the same three charging units that I had earlier on. Let's just put them here. And we are going to bombard them with arrows. We will let the numbers decide the day today. Even if we have to retreat, I wouldn't really be sad about that, because my goal right now is to weaken the Mongol juggernaut, to slow it down, to buy my troops enough time in the major cities that the Mongols can attack right now, to buy them enough time there, so that when the Mongols come and attack, look at the size of this army. This is a major Mongol invasion force here. Not very good with siege warfare, I assume, but still a sizable Mongol force nonetheless. Poor visibility is a hindrance, but not that I cannot remedy. Perfect. Mongolian bodyguard. Make sure you kill him. Kill as many as you can from these troops. Okay, so the Mongolians are taking serious hits. Heavy lancers, bodyguards, visibility all-time low. And they formed a line here, like this. These are all lancers. Heavy lancers here as well. Mongol infantry, attack them. And then feign a retreat. Perhaps tire them a bit. Retreat. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Mongols have cavalry archers as well, of course. The Mongol composition for bring out my cavalry troops from up there.
Might is
Take out
curse the
this
sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
Just bringing my Mamluk lancers. Charge at the Khan's cavalry. Okay, this archer militia attack this unit. Wheel around, attack them. The heavy lancers, they seem a bit dismal right now. Okay, archers are firing their arrows. And I guess one of the variables involved here is the experience of the troops. I guess the only reason the Mongols are not retreating as they normally should is because they are highly experienced troops. So every loss that I incur upon them counts. See, 4 Mongol heavy lancers, still no sign of retreating. This is only possible because they are highly experienced troops. Move on to the next target. One of them remains. And see, fighting till the end. How do you defeat a foe who fights to the end? Let's take out their Khan. Once their Khan is dead, we can retreat. Is there any way to take out the Khan? 10 bodyguards left. Still no sign of the Khan giving up.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace!
Charge.
We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory. Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
I guess we ought to retreat now. Shower them with arrows and disappear in the shadows.
General runs like a whipped dog. Such a deserter is the brother of the murderer. May he find no peace. Our army is tiring.
And we are retreating.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste fate has not been kind to us today.
Okay,
have
so
clearly
there
lost
were
this
comparable
battle.
losses on both sides. We did have fewer men to start with and less troop quality, of course.
The infidels' plan has worked.
You will have no
Now
right.
you can see that they have
Once
suffered
you are
losses.
my prisoner.
Compared to what they did earlier on, what they possessed earlier on, this is nothing.
Orders.
Let me just
Na'am.
reorganize my
How may I
raiding
serve,
force here.
Sultan? Sultan. Orders. Na'am. Orders. How may
This
I
is all
serve,
the
Sultan?
cavalry that we have in the
Sultan.
region.
Sultan.
Let's recoup our
Order.
losses as much as we can. And guess the next time we face them, we'll be facing them inside the confines of the city here.
Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am.
We are bringing
How may
more
I
cavalry
serve,
troops to
Sultan?
the ground,
Sultan.
and
Was
we did
it your
successfully
brother I killed?
we
You
can
all
soften
look
the
alike
enemy.
to me.
Na'am, great Sultan.
Sorry about that. What about Baghdad? Jerusalem. Yes, the city is now once again under siege. I
Sir,
want my
orders.
best men on the job.
Orders. Orders.
I
Orders.
want
Orders. How may I
a
serve,
proper
Sultan?
army to face
Na'am.
the Danish here. Just
We move, Sultan. Na'am, Sultan.
Orders.
Joining the ranks.
Sultan. We march.
here.
Forming up together.
Face me in the open. It will be glorious,
Of
Sultan.
course it will be.
It will be an honor to defeat you, dear foe.
Well, when they attack, we'll see what we can do.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan.
Reorganize the
Na'am.
troops
Orders.
as
Sultan.
much as I can.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan?
Here.
Na'am.
Yeah, fairly decent force here.
I seek an honorable engagement, dear foe.
Talk is cheap.
And they're going to
Come
reserve
face
soon.
me.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Sending
We shall
cavalry
end this
forces.
day in triumph. Sultan, a most honorable victory. Na'am.
Kill this people
Inshallah, we will smite this
general
foe.
here and wait for his Crusader army to desert. Or at least
For
most of
the
them to
moment,
desert.
the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray, this is a portent of a
Just-
victory.
A simple. It's pretty much murder if I am very bluntly honest about it. There is no way this general's bodyguard is walking into anything but a complete slaughter, as you might say. This is not a battle. What do you expect the general's bodyguard to do?
Rejoice! The infidel
We have
general
tracked him
lies
down in the
dead.
desert, and now,
And
we're
now
killing
his
him.
men fear us. Our enemy flees before us like a hare. Victory is
Perfect.
ours.
Now they cannot hire mercenaries and threaten us here.
Long live the warriors of Islam.
Bring
Sultan.
them back here. Retrain the garrison as much as possible.
We would see you dead, heathen.
And
Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
See.
Closing to engage. The sea is yours, great Sultan.
we
Blockading the
need
foreigner's
a
port.
stronger navy here.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Like the weary
Let's
camel,
bring
now
some
we must
from
rest.
here. Corinth. Turners for galleys. We need naval power to defeat the.
I will
papal
defeat
forces.
you honorably, my worthy foe.
Crossbowmen, spear militia. We've got some spearmen too, but again, most of our forces are composed of
How may I serve,
cavalry rather
Sultan?
than anything else.
I seek an honorable engagement.
What is the infidel's name?
Sultan. Orders.
What if we let Venice fall? What if we take out this
Sultan.
cavalry contingent?
Orders. Orders.
I'm just saying.
How may I
if-
serve, Sultan?
Or we can face them here, near the bridge.
Na'am.
I will defeat you honorably, my.
You are lazy. Come here if you have a treaty to...
Sultan.
Should I retreat from Venice?
Orders.
I guess
Na'am.
it only makes logical
Na'am.
sense if I
Orders.
at least come forward
We march. Sultan.
and secure my cavalry troops. I mean, in the event the city falls, let it fall and
Orders.
I keep my cavalry troops safe.
Sultan.
Sending more
Orders.
spearmen.
We move, Sultan. The sun sets on today's journey. How may I serve, Sultan?
Yes, I guess that's it.
Splitting our forces.
We're struggling against the Mongols, against the Papal States. And the Venetians are about to be wiped off altogether. And from Crimea we can work our way eastwards and take out Mongol cities and thus cut their supply routes. Okay, what is the spy doing? The Holy Roman Empire. We may have to abandon our position in Venice because it's very hard to reinforce that position. Spain. What does Spain want?
I bear a message that you would be wise
Ceasefire,
to
pay
heed.
tribute of 650 florins per turn. Okay.
No, we will not accept. Some further requests
Make,
then?
do we have any? Anything at all? Map information, map info. No, not.
Forget it. We're not in diplomacy failed us this day.
Not a problem, I don't really care. Because I have the economic muscle to not give a damn about these alliances for the most part. And especially when I reach the northern waters, I might be able to secure an alliance with the English. And the English seem to be the least interested in the crusading fervor. Okay, so we are
We have
facing
chosen
them
time and place.
outside the
Now
city.
let us choose triumph.
We weren't able to attack them. I don't know, I just mistakenly placed the troops a bit wrong.
Unit, await my orders. Cavalry.
Just place the cavalry here.
Unit, march. Spearmen.
And
Advance. Onward.
okay, I can't, for some reason I can't change the way they've been spaced. I don't think they're going to come from these multiple fronts. Let's concentrate out of fire at the front. They've got one siege tower. That should be our worry. Start the battle. Fire at will, no retreat. Fire at will and no retreat. They're not advancing. Okay, so they're bringing forward their catapults. Haven't taken down a section of our wall. But they have damaged it, they haven't taken it down. But I will still break it. Hoorah. This is what happens when you are still
Mighty Sultan, the winds of fate have turned against us. The foe seems to be winning the battle. The walls have fallen! Steel and valiant hearts must be our walls now! Remember, fear is worse than fighting!
Really do much against these walls, these catapults. Cannon balls are effective against catapults. Cavalry hits. Disadvantage. Perfect. Their siege equipment is gone. Now let's see what they bring forward. They're still attacking us. What are they using to attack us? These cannons. Please don't mind the lag. I'm not sure why it happens. It's every time that a wall or a tower breaks down, but okay, I'll wait it out.
Enemy have breached the walls! Send those accursed devils back!
Multiple locations. Archers are under attack. Why can't I reposition my archers here? The cannon towers are not effective against artillery. Lesson learned. So if you're defending a city, it's not going to be good. We'll destroy most of the catapults. It's just these bombars that are. Let's wait it out. Slow down a bit. What the hell? Retreat. What the hell is their problem?
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace! We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory!
Nafatoons. Throw NAFTA here. Very slow to evade. I've seen time to get continues.
Ill news comes unlooked for. The enemy have taken our walls.
It would have been more practical for me to defend the center. This is what I will do then the next time. I guess it's pretty much inevitable right now. We are going to lose. I
Rejoice!
see.
The infidel general lies dead. And now his men. Our foolish general was bolder than a rooster and allowed himself to be slain in battle. Our men are under attack. We must act now.
I guess the only thing we can do is shower arrows at them, kill a couple of them before they inevitably take the city center.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory. Most merciful Allah save us.
I mean, this
Our
is very,
cursed
very
enemy is
sad.
in control of the
But
city.
I guess inevitable. They did come in larger numbers. They have superior quality of troops, and obviously they had the edge in strategy as well.
Our
because
men are
they
under
came with
attack.
A lot of,
We must act now.
a lot of catapults, a lot of cannons. Those should be a
Make
main
haste.
target.
The opportunity
when
for us to
trying to
regain
ambush
control of the
these
city has
armies.
almost vanished. Our warriors weep with the shame of this defeat.
So the
If Allah
the
wills
number
it,
of forces
next
were not
time will
very
be
different, but I guess the quality of troops and most importantly, they pretty much destroyed our walls. There's no point having strong walls. They have taken Jerusalem. The Crusades are over now. Now they're trying to retreat. I will take this Papal States army as retreat though. In Portugal, let's go for a ceasefire with the Portuguese. What else? The Papal States are attacking.
We shall end this day in triumph.
This is a large army. Papal States are going to give us a tough time in Venice. I brought out my cavalry just in case,
Units!
because I didn't want to lose whatever I have.
Units!
I guess there's no point engaging them.
Units!
Withdraw.
Retreat!
We'll have to fight another day. Without any losses.
Life is made of 2 days. One which is sweet.
2 defeats, 2 consecutive defeats. This is, it's taking its toll on me.
They fight like a cornered snake. Pull back. Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
Okay, so they have pulled back inside the city
We rest
rather
here
than outside
until
it,
dawn.
which is not okay. Maybe the diplomat comes forward and offers peace. Oh, he does. But no peace offering. I don't think it will be the end of the world if we lose Venice right now. If we do, we start by chipping away at the Papal States one by one, taking away their cities and then recapturing Venice. Okay.
Orders, mighty Sultan. We have blocked Naam, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
Ashore, Yalla!
The
Orders.
next force.
The infidels' army
It's going
will
to take
not
us 2 turns to
survive.
get there. And this is all that remains of Venice. Got this, and there were a couple of cardinals here which apparently they died or something.
Naam, Sultan.
Place them under siege.
The infidels' army will not survive.
In 10 turns, they
Besieging
surrender.
the enemy. Mighty Sultan, do we wet them out or strike?
No mercy for these Danes.
Name the field of battle. We will meet you there.
I want you to keep on shadowing these troops.
Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Yala. How may I serve, Sultan? We march. Na'am.
Keep on
Orders.
shadowing them
Orders. As you will.
until we
We
have
rest here until dawn.
received an opportunity, until there is an opportunity to strike decisively at them.
Talk is cheap.
They are infantry,
Come face me.
so they will move slowly. That gives us the edge here. The Papal State Army should not be allowed,
Nuh-uh.
under any circumstance, to leave unharmed.
Seeking an audience, Mighty Sultan.
Na'am.
Another turn has gone by.
How may I serve, Sultan? We move, Sultan. Merging our armies.
We are
Sultan.
sending some of our
Orders.
weakened troops back
Yala.
to Sofia,
Sultan. We move,
sending
Sultan.
a fresh contingent
The sun
of
sets on
cavalry
today's
troops up
Orders.
north.
We march. Sultan. Na'am. How may I
Another
serve,
strong
Sultan?
army heading towards way here.
As you will. We rest here until dawn. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan.
Our
This-
enemies will suffer. Forming a force the infidels will fear. Infidels to kill, Sultan.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. Na'am.
I want to send
Orders.
this unit back.
The sun sets on today's journey.
Nafatun. Okay, we don't have space for Nafatun in there. Let's see if we can take out. I don't really
How may I
need some
serve,
situation.
Sultan? Sultan. Orders. We move, Sultan.
We train as many units as we can.
All that is left for us.
How may I serve, Sultan? We march.
Reinforcing this
Na'am.
frontier further.
Orders. Na'am. Sultan.
Let me see which
Orders.
unit it is that's keeping us from
Orders.
attacking the Khan.
Sultan. Na'am. Orders. Na'am. Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan?
Okay, so we can attack the
Sultan.
Khan
Orders.
once
Na'am.
again.
How may I
These
serve?
troops.
Inshallah. We
Another
will
raid at
fight
Khan's
this foe,
army.
Sultan.
And once again, the odds are in the Khan's favor, but they didn't make a move. They gave me that one turn I needed to
Mamluk archers, Mamluk archers.
attack them. I guess speed it up. Another raid at the Mongol raiders, raiding the raiders, as it ought to be called. They're trying to move, reposition themselves, just to get these. Tire the Khan as much as possible. I want to kill the Khan. The Mongol general is my main target here. Attack! Attack, 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 immediately. Engage the enemy. They are arranging in battle formation there, while their leader has been surrounded here. We have killed the Khan. it's about time we take out their units one by one.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
Let's just keep on showering arrows, keep on doing as much damage as we can. We've got this. Who's our unit? The one that charges. I think we've routed. Okay, it's perfectly fine. I don't care if my units are routed. I just care about the amount of damage that I can do on these Mongol troops here.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
We call it all-out retreat.
For the moment, the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray, this is a portent of a victory. Our men have fought much and are becoming tired. Mighty Sultan, curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory. Life is made of 2 days.
With
one which is sweet,
some sizable losses,
the other is bitter.
We have also
Today,
been able to not only kill the Mongol general in the area, but reduce his forces.
Your
Fraction of what they
My
were
master
originally.
will
Now
reward
this
me
force
for
does
your
not
death.
threaten Bran
That is
at all.
cowardly. All that is left for us
And
is to
again,
fight.
these are not very. And you can
My
see the
master
weakness
will
showing
reward
up
me
already.
for your death.
Spear militia. When was
That
the
is cowardly.
last time you saw
Fight
spear
me.
militia in any of the Mongol armies? Because they are hiring
All
whatever
that
they
is left
can
for
now.
us is
This
to
is perhaps
fight.
the last highly experienced field army that they have in the area. So it is a bit of a somewhat of a stagnation for some time,
Orders, mighty Sultan.
but
Until
the
death,
results are
the
excellent.
infidel surrenders the sea. You control Naam, great Sultan. Attacking the
results
infidel
are
fleet.
That
The
I
sea
get
is
to
yours, great.
Come, let us stay.
I get
Orders,
to
mighty
dominate
Sultan.
the Mongols
Locating the foreigner's
in the
port.
long term. Ultra build policy, recruit more troops. As soon as we take Kafar, we're going to end this episode. I guess no more
Orders,
waiting.
inshallah. We
Now,
will smite this foe, Sultan.
I will
With that,
face this
with
battle
death this day, my
myself
men.
because it's kind of
But
personal.
leave.
The king gave their life to take Jerusalem and was heroic what he did.
Battle appears to be running in our favor.
But
From
we
good tidings
will
such as
not
these,
give them
does
any quarter
victory
for it.
spring forth.
Archers.
Okay, I can see that they have these units in front of us. And I'm going to send my units here. Let me just capture the city center with my general bodyguard. You have to run to evade the cannon towers. We're going to capture the city center, prompting them to withdraw from their position. Oh, the accuracy. I mean, it's very hard to do it, like this curve, these missiles like this. These towers are only firing arrows. Oh God, they've disabled my cannon towers, I assume.
Our men have slain. Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Perfect.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
Now I need to...
Our men have taken control of the city. Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
Let's face this cavalry contingent here. And take out this cavalry contingent here.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
Let's move the feudal knights. Let's attack them. And I think whatever remains of the enemy forces we can slaughter here.
Great
battle,
victories are like
minimal
sweet
losses.
nectar.
We have taken back Jerusalem.
A crushing victory, my Sultan.
Occupied a
I
settlement.
swore they would regret resisting us,
Initiate.
Sultan. And
We
they
can't,
do.
we can't repair these walls. Oh god, they sacked the settlement probably. It will take me a lot of time to recoup from the losses of this crusade.
Sultan,
And
how may I serve,
turn after the
Sultan?
next we will be able to attack Kafar. Perfect.
Separating the men, mighty. Separating the men, mighty
Imperial
Sultan.
garrison seems to be eager to take the battle to Venice to try and capture the city. I think this time I'll let them come in and defend the city center. Perhaps that might improve our odds of facing them. We don't have the numbers to launch a sortie, and we don't obviously have the numbers to defend the walls. Not the quality of troops, of course. Kafar is strengthening its defenses, but I guess that's pretty much useless at this point. And the Venetians can't really afford anything at this point. There was a lot of stagnation this whole episode. All we've been doing is defend our gains. We haven't really made any new advances in terms of territory and whatnot. And it is in part because of the Mongols, and also because we have expanded very rapidly in the previous turns. So rapidly that now we are having troubles reinforcing the frontiers.
A terrible sight. The enemy surrounds our walls, Sultan.
This Papal States army must be destroyed, the one that I see right now. And I'll keep on shadowing them, attacking them whenever I see fit.
Sultan, our fleet
See.
is under attack.
Okay, we've been
Cossacks,
defeated
we must
by the
retreat.
Papal.
Inshallah,
Navy.
the winds shall return tomorrow.
The Papal Navy is the new naval superpower in the region, and I need to
The infidels attack our
use
fleet.
all my resources to destroy this one. Okay, the Mongols. The Mongols have lost their momentum, I would say. They're trying to regain that though. Let's see the rebels are pretty The cavalry force retreated inside the city. I saw them.
Sultan,
How come I don't see my cavalry? Where is my cavalry? Retreated inside the city.
how may I serve, Sultan?
Okay, so no, they did not retreat inside the city.
As you will. Give the
I have
infidel nothing, you
my
say,
rebel
except death.
General. Let's face them on the field.
Units, await my orders! Units!
These are peasants, Italian militia, spear militia. The only thing we can do is this. I mean, I could go the long way around and everything, but it all comes down to power, I guess. And these are the troops don't really have very high morale. Retreat. Let me just speed it up a bit.
The enemy are four fights with horns made of clay.
Now charge
We are
again.
winning the battle.
Retreat. And charge again.
Behold our worthless foe. See how their general turns tail and flees like a whipped dog.
No, that's
All
pretty much
praise to Allah.
it.
You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field.
See if I... No, I can't see. That's pretty much the end for the enemy. We killed most of them and sustained some serious damage ourselves as well, but not too serious. Deter us from facing the people
Victory
army.
is ours. A victory both righteous and well-deserved. It can
Third of our troops. These were spear militia though, what do you expect?
I live to obey, Sultan. Who or
Let's
what?
take out the
Defend the mighty Sultan. What is the infidel's name? Give me a target, and I shall give it death. Nothing will remain. I live to obey, Sultan.
some
Yes.
possible.
Is a target you had in mind, yes?
Okay, so no,
Na'am, it will soon be but a
do that.
memory.
We weren't able to.
Na'am. We move, Sultan.
We
Forming
have
up together,
kind of
Sultan.
a strong force
Sultan.
here.
We say
God will see justice served in our
We can
battles.
perhaps use these
Orders.
numbers to our advantage.
How may I
Sending more
serve,
troops
Sultan? Orders. We
On
march.
the Italian front,
We rest here until dawn. How may I serve, Sultan?
sending
Na'am.
cavalry reinforcements
We move,
quickly
Sultan.
and
The sun sets on today's journey.
infantry reinforcements
Orders.
a bit
We
slowly.
march.
I need my navy
Na'am, great Sultan.
to take out the papal
Yes,
fleet
Sultan.
here.
Closing to engage. Orders, mighty Sultan.
You see,
Until death! The infidel surrenders the sea! Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage!
done.
Victory, Sultan! Attacking the infidel fleet! The
We have
infidel
defeated
surrenders the
the
sea!
papal states numerous times here.
Na'am, great
Now
Sultan.
we can bring in some more warships to the forefront and attack the Pope and his forces again.
Sultan. The infidels' army will not
Defies
survive.
the last city of
Orders,
last
mighty
major
Sultan.
city of the
Na'am, great Sultan.
Venetians.
Yes,
Take it the
Sultan!
next turn.
Closing to engage! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Until death! The infidel surrender. Orders, mighty Sultan! Attacking the infidel fleet!
Quickly done.
Victory, Sultan! Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! The sea is yours, great Sultan! We must anchor until morning.
Here we build a road build policy. Let's find Saracen militia, arrows. Recruiting our troops at the
Orders.
earliest. Let me just bring them to
We
Hagia
move,
Sophia
Sultan.
in case the Turks
Continuing
attack.
tomorrow,
we will
mighty
face them.
Sultan.
Halberd militia, archers.
Sultan,
Keep
We
on
march.
shadowing them.
how may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Joining the ranks. Salah. Forming up together, Sultan.
And anything else from
Na'am. How may I serve,
City.
Sultan? As you will.
sending in more reinforcements?
Na'am. Orders.
Let me see. Budapest is pretty much secure.
Na'am.
What else? What else? What else? It'll take us some time to it'll take some time to make some serious military structures here.
That is cowardly. Fight me!
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
Okay,
Orders.
now let's regroup
Sultan.
again.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. Joining the rank. Orders.
What is it that we can...
How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. Orders. Remove,
send
Sultan.
these back to Sofia?
Na'am. Orders. As you will. Orders.
And I guess
How may I
post
serve,
them
Sultan? Remove, Sultan.
up in the north?
Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Urging our armies. Orders. Yalla.
Let's
How may I
place
serve,
some of
Sultan?
the soldiers outside.
Orders. Na'am.
Yes, we'll retrain these troops here.
Na'am.
They're going to lay siege to
How
the
may
city.
I serve, Sultan?
I think we need to circumnavigate.
As you will.
Circumnavigate
Continuing
and
tomorrow,
try to
mighty
weaken other
Sultan.
Mongol armies in the area.
Na'am.
Raid them as much as possible. The city is as well defended as we can make it. I mean, it's literally the best we can do for our city right now. We have cannon towers, siege workshops. No, we don't need that. Cannon maker. We do need heavy armor though. Enter. France. The French seem to be pretty much contained to what is their traditional Gallic territory. The Papal States, however, seem to have expanded very rapidly from Rome, their actual capital. The Papal States are not supposed to be this strong. The Sicilians are doing fine. Well, as long as they have Sicily, they're fine. Okay, we have a revolt in Constantinople. We will need to do something about that as soon as we can. Papal State army moving fast. We must catch up to this army and destroy it. And we also have to turn our attention to the Turks and eliminate them once and for all. I do not trust the Turks. They're sending force after force to face us there. We have to launch a decisive attack against the papacy and uproot them once and now we have got this perfect opportunity to fight the Mongols. Here. I think this is for another day. I guess I'll fight the Mongols and take Kafar. I promised to take Kafar in this episode, and I know this has been a lot of stagnation, but I think it's best to conclude this here, and now we can continue afterwards. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gaming Dragon 360. If you liked the video, please do hit the like and subscribe button, and share the video wherever you might think people very interesting Total War series and so on. Thank you so much for sticking around. This is Gaming Dragon 360. Until next time.